Hello guys, today we're going to have a great class. We're going to be reviewing the nouns and quantifiers. We can say that the nouns has like a different ways that we can explain them. So let's get started. At the end of this class, you are going to be able to complete this exercise. We are going to know what are the countable nouns and the not countable nouns. So please pay attention. So let's get started. The nouns, we can see here that the nouns, we had a different nouns. We have the proper nouns. When we talk about the proper nouns, we're talking about like the names of the people, the places, and but in this case, it's a specific name. There is not another name about. For example, in this case, we have the Albert and also Albert Einstein. So we are talking about him because that is a personal name. There is the unique name. And also we can talk about the place. In New York is not personal city name. That's why it's a proper noun. When we talk about the proper nouns, just keep in mind that you will need to talk about the proper name of someone, something, or any place. And now we have the second nouns. We have the common nouns. In this case, the common nouns is when we talk about the people, the places, or the things. But this is not a specific name because in this case, it's not a common name. For example, if we talk about the scientist, we're not like talking about a specific name of any scientist. When we say scientist, we're talking about all the scientists that exist in our world. And now we have the city, the place. In this case, the place, we can talk about the city. We are not specifying about which city we are talking about because it's in general. And a city can be any city. That's right. It's a common noun. And now we have the count nouns and not countable nouns. In this case, when we talk about count nouns, well, I can say that we are talking about the places, well, in this case, not places, are the things that we can count separately. So in this case, when we're talking about a count that we can count separately, for example, if we say, in this case, I have a pillow. So it means that this we can count because it's only one. It's a pilot. So it means that we have one pilot. But we have the other count nouns is when we talk about like when we can't count them separately. In this case, we have the other option, that is the non-countable nouns. When we talk about non-countable nouns, is when we are unable to count the things separately, because we cannot say I have one rice. We will need to say, it will be an amount. For example, we have sugar. We cannot say I just have one sugar, because we're talking about that is a non-countable noun. So we can now count separately. In this case, in the counting nouns, we can count them separately. I have one pillow, I have one watch, I have one shirt. So we are able to count them separately. And now, yeah, that's right. That is the difference, the differentiation. And now we have the quantifiers. The quantifiers are so quite important because we can like want to have a smooth talk with anybody, and we can use them properly. In this case, we will need to keep in mind that this is important in our daily day. For example, we have the affirmative statement, count nouns. In this case, with the quantifiers, we will need to identify the difference because they are used in different ways. When we talk about count nouns, we will need to differentiate that in this type of cases we have many, a lot of, and some. There are more, but this is the most useful and also the most important. And now, when we talk about the count nouns, when we talk about many, in this case is because you can count them separately. There are many guys in the room, so it means that there are different guys, but we can count them separately. That is the difference about the count nouns when we talk about the quantifiers. But now we have the noun count nouns. In this case, the difference is that we are unable to count them. I can say that this is related to the noun count nouns. So in this case, the quantifier will quantify in this case, you can see this type of the nouns that it will be more easier when you speak with someone else. When we talk about the noun count nouns, we can use the a lot of, enough, a little. Why? Because we're unable to count them separately. We cannot say I have a little rice. Yeah, in this case, in the noun count nouns, yes, because this is like we are going to be able to talk to, we are going to be able to talk to somebody else about something that we're going to know that we're unable to count them separately. The first example it is that I have a lot of money, so I cannot count them, or the other guy that is listening to me, he's going to understand that I'm talking about I have a lot of money. So it means that it's a lot of. I'm not specifying a specific amount. That's why we use like the noun count nouns and we use the quantifier because we are telling that I have a lot of, but I'm not specifying how much do I have. Yeah, just keep in mind that that's important as well. And now we have the other options right here that says enough rice. So it means that we have enough rice to everybody, but I am not explaining to you how much do I have. You are going to know that I have enough. And now we have the next. Well, I'm sorry. In this case, we have the negative statements. In the negative statements, we are going to identify that in this case we have the negative statement regarding the count nouns. It is that they weren't many students. They were not many students. They were not, right? And now we have the noun count nouns, the noun countable nouns that says we didn't have much rice. We did not have much rice. And now let's go ahead and complete the test. When we talk about the count nouns, we're gonna talk about things that we can count separately. For example, in this case, number one will be book. So we're gonna write down here. We're gonna write down here book. Why? Because we can say I have one book. And right here we can say pencil. Because we can say as well I have one pencil. But now in the non-countable nouns, we're gonna write down things that we can now count separately. For example, rice, or sugar, or water. So we're gonna leave here water. So guys, this is everything for today. I hope you learned a lot and just keeping practices.